We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Go, go, go. Check, sit, move it, now.
First down, Murray. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Nick Bosa able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray, left side here, caught by Clay. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Man open right side, it's the tight end Clay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Murray now on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Here we go, here we go. White. Watch the whip.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Watch the run. They're running it.
On first down, Garoppolo. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Garoppolo looks to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 10. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0.
49ers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deontay Thompson, the rookie from Bama. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go one more.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Here's Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. get there and bring him down. D Ford, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. And that QB's trash. That's covering.
Murray with a 3rd and long. David Johnson here on the catch. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Lee on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they'd place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down now. It's Coleman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said one of his goals is to become the 3rd player in league history to hit 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. They also noted that he's really comfortable in this scheme. It's like his college days at Northern Iowa when he was part of a team that based out of a shotgun with a running quarterback. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Clay. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted-for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now they're in the second quarter now in Oakland, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray flushed out right. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
49ers nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the...
David Johnson on his way. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Chandler Jones in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. There's Garoppolo to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Robert Alford. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not all.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
We ain't giving up nothing.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Cardinals 42, 49ers 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 40.
Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. This is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a... He's got daylight past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.